And we're back. You're watching Sports Federation TV. I'm Lenyukta Chetty. Joining me now is an amazing team, a husband and wife team from the sport of kiteboarding. And they're Michelle and Neil Haywood. They're going to tell us all about that sport. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Thank you.
Okay, so you've got your amazing equipment here.
Yes.
And you harness the power of the wind.
Yeah.
Yes,
with
that's
sails? Or you call them
With
kites?
my kite, yes.
Okay. How long have you been involved in the sport?
I started when I was about 16, 17, just doing it, on and off when I was home and on the weekends. And now this year I've started doing it professionally.
Professionally?
Yes.
And you're a champion already.
Yes. Yeah, I'm the current South African champion.
When was that event held?
Well, that was over this past summer season, all the competitions from the South African Kite Surfing Association. So then beginning of this year when they had or end of the summer season, then they had the prize giving.
Amazing. Neil, you also compete in the sport, hey?
Yeah, not as much as Michelle, but on the odd occasion I do get out there and compete from time to time. I think most of the time it's to be there for Michelle when she's competing, just in terms of setting up equipment and nutrition and things like that, just to keep her on her toes, because it can be a long day out there.
Yeah. I mean, we always talk about the importance of support from your team and your province and your family, but it must be especially wonderful to have a partner that's involved and shares your passion.
It is. It makes such a big difference. I can't imagine being with someone that doesn't. That doesn't kite surf, since we spend all our time, all our weekends, all our holidays. Everything's just to do with kite surfing.
Yeah.
So
It looks like your position is secured then.
Yeah, I'm pretty much I'm a captain now.
Okay, so what is the best part about this sport?
I think it's that feeling when you're on the water and you're going so fast, the wind is pulling your kite and you're just gliding across the water, and it's just the most amazing feeling, that adrenaline rush. You feel like there's nothing else going on around you. It's just that's my favorite part about the sport, just that feeling.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a combination of surfing and gliding?
There is a little bit of surfing in it. So for example, like with this board, I don't do surf the waves, I do tricks with it, but I have a surfboard as well which I can ride the waves with and use the kite to pull me. So there is a little bit of surfing, and with this board it's more wakeboarding, and then with a kite pulling you. So
Right.
yeah, it's like a combination of a few different sports, I guess.
You've brought some nice footage, and I would love for our viewers to have a look at that so they have a full understanding of what the sport is about.
Yes.
That's absolutely amazing. One of the coolest sports I've seen even give the miniature Formula One kiddies a run for their money. So, I mean, we live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. There must be some amazing spots for you to do the sport. Hey.
Yes, Cape Town's actually one of the best spots in the world to do it, and mainly Bloberg, Tableview area is the main spot where we all go, and we always end up going. That's the best. But I also really like going to Langebaan with a flat water. So yeah, that's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah,
is Langebaan.
We also get on occasion Camps Bay from time to time, and it's quite dramatic there with the backdrop of the mountain. On rare occasion it happens, but it is absolutely breathtaking. It's beautiful to do it there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the amazing view, the ocean going so fast, and still being able to do all those amazing tricks. It's like skateboarding, like on times 10 to the power 7. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also do some freelance writing.
Yes, yeah. So I've only started doing my kite surfing professionally this year, and then also my writing. So I've been writing for some kite surfing magazines and things like that, and I've started a blog. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you said you started doing it professionally this year, and you've already got a badge of South African champion.
Yes.
What kind of doors is that open for you?
It's been amazing. I was actually quite surprised when I actually first became the South African champion, because the competition was so tough this year. There's been so many girls that have been doing so well, and yeah, so I was quite happy about that. And then I also got Western Province colours for sailing, actually, because a lot of people don't know that kite surfing is actually part of sailing.
Wow.
So yeah,
and
so
not surfing.
No, so I've actually got Western Province colours for sailing, and I'm actually part of the South African. You have to be a part of the South African Sailing Association if you are a professional kite surfer, which is quite interesting.
Lovely. Anil, would you say this is an expensive sport to participate in?
No, in actual fact, I would say it's actually quite cost effective. So if you are buying equipment new, I would say you are going to be spending quite a bit. But if you are starting off, you will find that you will be quite rough on the equipment. So you generally buy second-hand gear, and you'll be very surprised, about a third to a quarter of the price compared to brand new. So it's not really that expensive. You've got the wetsuit, you've got the harness, kite and bar, and the board, and that's about it. So to get started, you could sit with anything under 10,000 Rand for everything initially, and then, like every sport, as you get more advanced, you can actually up that price range depending on the gear and the year of the model that you get.
And the support systems in your federation for children or adults that want to learn the sport, are they there? Are they present?
Well, I think for children, not so much. I mean, there are a lot of children that are doing kite surfing, but because it's such an extreme sport, it's not really so easy for children to get into it, although there are so many of them that do it.
Also to have brave parents, hey?
Yeah, that's true.
You need brave parents if you're a kid.
And the lessons as well. I think people, if they want to start, they just go for lessons at a kite surfing shop, because it's quite easy when you first start off. You learn everything and you're up and going quite soon, but it is quite a process to learn it in the beginning. Yeah.
Well, you guys must know, all the people to know in this particular sport. Would you say it appeals to adrenaline junkies, daredevils? Is it that kind of personality?
It is, but not only that. There are people out there that are not, you wouldn't think of them as sporty people, but they love kite surfing. So yeah, so I mean, and you can do what you want with the sport. You can just ride up and down, cruising, very relaxed, like you're not even getting any exercise, or you can go extreme. So yeah, you can, it can suit all different kinds of personalities.
Yeah, this is also the kite surfing's got two main forms, I'd basically say, and the one is with a board like this, which is called a twin tip, and the other type is basically just being on a surfboard. So you can think of going out on a surfboard and paddling out to the waves. Just with the kite, it's a lot easier because it's pulling you where you want to be, where you want to be. So it's a lot less effort than you'd expect to do the sport.
And
Yeah.
core strength, is it core strength as well? That
It
comes
is
in?
core strength, and a lot of people think it's a lot on your arms, but it's actually not at all, because you're just using your arms to steer, because the harness is attached to your body. So, but like I said, it depends on what you do. Like if you do lots of tricks, you know, it could be on your arms, or it could just depends on what you're doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's a great way to keep fit.
It
Absolutely.
is.
Especially if you want to
Yeah.
It's
excel.
an all over body workout.
So you've traveled quite extensively. Hey, what are some
Yes.
of the most beautiful places you've seen in the world?
We went to Aruba last year, which I think was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. The water was so blue and clear and flat, so yeah, that was one of the most beautiful places. We went to Egypt as well, which was also nice.
Really?
Yes, flat water, very hot, which
Very
is
hot,
great
yeah.
because we don't have to wear wetsuits.
Yeah.
So we like to go to places like that, which are nice and warm water.
Yeah, we tried Zanzibar, which is also quite beautiful. And then this year, in about 2 months' time, we head off to Greece. And yeah, thanks to Michelle, most of this is paid for.
Sure. Wow. It's
So, yeah.
amazing the opportunities that sport opens for you, hey?
Yeah.
Yes.
In terms of seeing the world especially. So what's up? What's next on the calendar for you guys?
Well, like Neil said, we're going to Greece soon, so we'll just go there for some training, and I'll do some travel writing and things like that as well. So we've got that next up, and then as soon as summer comes along, then I'll be doing the South African tour again, just training as much as possible.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Wow, you're truly fortunate to have this sport in your life, and I'm sure it means the world to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
If people want to get involved with the sport, how can they contact your federation?
Well, you could go to the South African Kitesurfing Association website. You could even contact me on my blog. It's michellesky.com. But also, if you want to start lessons, you can just go to any kitesurfing shop, and most of them have instructors that will teach you. But yeah, you can always contact me, and I'll guide you in the right direction.
Thank you, Michelle, and good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bring home the gold again.
Yeah, for sure.
And for you too, Neil.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
sharing
much.
your passion with all our viewers.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us.
All
Thanks so
right.
much.
Well, that's all we have time for from kiteboarding. Remember to take out your phones now, because it's time to win that case of assorted Bashers drinks. Bashers, one of Cape Town's most loved cool drinks, over 120 years, and everybody has a Bashers story. To win that case of assorted Bashers drinks, all you need to do is SMS Bashers to 33090. That's Bashers to 33090. Congratulations to last week's winner, Lucille Gordon. Lucille Gordon, you can expect that case of Bashers in the post very soon. After the break, we'll be talking Q sports, and we've had black ball, we've even spoken a little bit about snooker, but Chinese 8 ball is here to join us this week, so don't go anywhere.